Hello, my name is Kasper and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this tutorial we will show you how to use the very basic JavaScript array methods. These methods allowed me to make my job as a developer a lot easier by quick and smooth development of different features simultaneously on the front end and on the back end side. This tutorial is dedicated for beginner and also a little advanced web developers who want to remind this extremely important topic. So let's get it started. Let's start this tutorial with the simple declaration of an array, which can be made in two ways. Let me present the first one. Let array is equal to empty brackets, and these empty brackets I can fill with the content of an array. And in this example I will use strings like orange, apple, and maybe banana. I will console log this. And it's presented in the console, in the browser, orange, apple, banana. So it is the array. If I will make this empty, I will have an empty array. So another way of declaring the array is making it with new array, and it's also an empty array, and inside I just fill the variables, and let's do it the same. Orange, apple, banana, and we have the same result. Let's just also check what an array can consist and console it out in the browser. So I will declare a new array, and in empty brackets I will just type another string, like for example car, some number, for example 34. Maybe what can I also push? Some object, and in this object maybe name, Kasper, age 27. What can I push? Also an array with some numbers, and basically everything can be included in an array. So I will console it log, and you can see entire array is okay. So you can store there any data you want with the basic data structures and just build your application with the arrays, objects, etc. So we know how to build an array, how to declare them, and which data we can push there. So the next step is trying to push some data after declaration. So I will declare array, and for example I will push them some fruits like orange, apple, banana. I will console it log. I have the declared array. Maybe I will also add in the console log a string initialization. So it's the first array, and I will add another element by using the push method. And for example I will push new fruit, kiwi, and we'll console it log final array, and the final version also consists kiwi. So that's the way of adding new element. For example, you can use that where you have some data in the UI or in the backend, and under some circumstances you have to add another data. storing also the previous ones. So it can be very helpful and the easiest way of manipulating data on the front end and on the back end side. We discussed how to add a new element, so we can use some methods to delete ones. And for example, we start with cutting an array and deleting the last element. And this is the quite popular method called pop. And I will there go with array pop. And what it basically do, let's see. At the initialization part, I have the entire declared array, orange, apple, banana. And after popping, final version, orange, apple, so banana is popped and it's not existing anymore in an array. And what can we see also is the method to cut the first element, so to leave the apple and banana, and this method is called shift. I will clear the console and refresh, and we can see that we had orange, apple, banana at the initialization, and in the final part we have only apple and banana. So this is the way of deleting elements like the first and the last, and we can also use a method to delete some more described elements, like from maybe some declared position, like from the first position 0 first to 2 to the second to the third, and maybe I will add new fruits to perform it in the more clear way. Let's add grapefruit. Okay, we have this, and we can clear the console. Let's see that I want to remove apple, banana and kiwi, so I can do it with the pop and shift methods. So I will make it with array.splice, and this is basically the method we want. And array is has an order starting from 0, so orange is the position number 0, apple is the position number 1, so I will type 1 starting with an apple, and I will delete to the third element. So I'm typing 3, and what's left, orange and grapefruit. So I achieved the customized splicing and deleting elements. We discussed the shift method, and that's the time for the unshift, and let's see what it does. Mainly array.unshift, and what I will type there will be added at the beginning of the array, so right in the position number 0. So if I type here, for example, another fruit, let me quickly go with peach, the result will be that peach will appear at the position number 0, and we can see peach, orange, apple, banana, kiwi, grapefruit. So it's working properly. Another very significant part of using array is detecting how long the array is and accessing the proper item. For example, in this case, I would like to have an access to banana, so I just count from 0, 0, 1, 2, the third element, so in proper order, the second is a banana, so I will type the number 2, and I have an access to banana. When I type number 0, I will have an access to string orange, and for example number 5 undefined, because our array is 0, 1, 2, 3 has 5 elements. So to know how long the array is, I can use the method length, and I have the number displayed here. So it's used when the array is extremely long and I just want to have an access, for example, for the last element, so I can do it very quickly with this tricky solution. For example, array, empty brackets, and here I will type array.length minus 1, and I have an access to the last element of an array. Why minus 1? Because length is counted from 1, but accessing elements is counted starting with 0. So I have to subtract the number 1. In a developer job, there can be a need for merging the two arrays or three into one. For example, I have the data in the first array and I want to display it also in the one array with concatenating the second one. So I can make it very quickly. Let me present. I have the first array of fruits and I will declare the second array of vegetables, and maybe I will add 3 items: onion, broccoli, and for example, what can I also, tomato. And the concatenating is made pretty simple, so I declare the new, I will use also that new array, and for example it will be mixed, let mixed, and it's equal to, I take the first array, fruits, and dot, I use the method concat, and I will mix that with vegetables. I can console it log, and I have an array of 8 elements with all of my fruits and vegetables. If I would like to mix 3 arrays, for example, let me go with another array, and it can be cars, and add there, for example, Honda, Toyota, and BMW. I will clear the console and pass also cars. So after refreshing, I expect 11 elements in my mixed array, and all of them are listed below in the console log. The next methods are a little advanced, so I created another array of food with some objects, because we will be filtering, searching if the data consists some item with the price above some level or below, and we will do also some for loops, and let me start with that. So I can go through every item in an array in 2 ways, basically. So let me present the first one. The first one is the mapping, and food map, and inside I can go with item, arrow, and return console.log every item, and we can see in the console that we go through every item in an array. And for example, I can do the same with only prices. So accessing the price, let me correct, the price in the item, so it will be done like that I'm going through every item and console log only price, but accessing it after the dot. The result is here. So it's very important that inside some objects I can access it in the simple way, like that, and let me present also accessing the name is the same. So what's another method? and I can go with for each, and it's pretty the same. And I have an access to every item name in this scenario, and the same with the price. And I have there a price. In an advanced concept, the for each method is more suitable in the backend services, so I will not just discuss it in the purposes of users, but in the very beginner step, you can use both of them in your applications. The next method will be the filtering. So for example, I have the food array and I would like to filter it with only items with the price above the level, for example 30. So everything what is more expensive than 30 of these units will be displayed, and in this scenario it will be pizza, apple and broccoli. So I will do it with food, filter, and go with item, array, return, and for example there will be item dot price is greater than 30, and I will declare a new variable, for example let expensive food, and it will be equal to these filtered items, and I can check if it's done correctly. I will console log this expensive food. So what I have here is the pizza, apple and broccoli, so everything what I wanted is included there. Another method can be, for example, finding. So what it differs from filtering, let's see. And it only takes the first item in an array, which is above, which fulfills these conditions. So in this case it's the pizza. So I'm not filtering and getting all of the items which fulfill this statement, but only the first in an array. So it's the very significant difference which can be used in some services. And for example, also I will check if this food array has some item with the price above 30, so it will return only the boolean. It will be done with sum. So if I want to check if any item has a price above the level of 30, I type array.sum and true. I have 3 items above this level, but if I check 300, I get false because nothing is so expensive. So maybe I will change broccoli for 1000 and it's true because it's more expensive. I can also check if every item fulfills this statement, and it will be done with every. In this scenario it will be false, but if I change this number to 3, I should get the true value because every item is more expensive than 3. So I will clear the console and fingers crossed, yeah, every item has the price more expensive than 3 units of this kind of price. Thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope it was very beneficial and will help you in the JavaScript developer roadmap, especially for the beginners. And I also invite you for my other social media platforms like LinkedIn and Instagram, when I publish some infographics about technologies, syntaxes, programming languages, etc. Twitter, when I publish some threads, loose thoughts, and about Web3 technology. As in Medium, when I publish the articles about Web3 and web development, and also on GitHub, where is a free code available from tutorials on YouTube and some other stuff. Thank you for much and see you in the next tutorial.